What's going on, everyone? XL804. I'm here to do some Tarkov talk, and as you can see, I want to talk about the ability to drag dead bodies. I feel like live ones would be way too complicated, so let's just start with dead, and maybe we could talk about live in the future. But the reason why I bring it up is just that this is something that's been in games for a long time now. I mean, as early as 2002, SOCOM, a game where you could pick up bodies and you could reposition them. Now, I'm not asking to pick up bodies on here. I just want you to be able to grab the rig, maybe like one of the arms, maybe even like the helmet strap, whatever it takes to pull them into cover. Because what ends up happening is when you play the game, you load in, you loot, and then you come across somebody and you kill them, and that feels good. But I don't spend a lot of time thinking about the kill. I spend more time thinking about, is there a second or third guy that's waiting for me to loot the body so they can get an easy one tap on me and keep it moving, right? And that's really frustrating. I know I will say it's realism, so like I get that, but there's not counterplay to it. For them, it's they sit wherever they are, right, and they wait for you to loot, or they wait for you to run up to the body, and they drop you, and it's risk-free. They can sit there, and as long as you're in a really good spot, low traffic area, they can just sit there and wait, while the player who got the kill now has to also scan the area. They have to check windows, they have to creep around. Sometimes people just run and jump and they try to bait shots, but it's like it adds all these extra steps to the game because you got a kill. And I feel like it's just as dangerous running around looking for the buddy who might not even be there as it is just to go and loot the body. So I feel like being able to drag bodies would add some kind of counterplay to that, because 90% of the time there's a second person, and 90% of the time they're going to wait for you to try to loot the body, assuming they're close enough, and then they're just going to kill you either when you loot it or when you stand up and go to run away, right? So the counterplay would be that if you kill someone, like let's say they're near a wall or a door, and they're close enough to where you see the white dot but not close enough for you to interact. Well, now in this situation you would be able to grab the body and just quickly pull it into cover. And if you get shot a little bit, you get shot a little bit. But what ends up happening is it creates counterplay, because now the buddy who's watching has to make a decision. Do they push you before you put on their gear? Because let's assume you're a Timmy or a player scav. I feel like this is the best case scenario for this. If you're a player scav and you kill a PMC, the buddy probably wants to push you or keep you from getting your hands on that gear, because once you pick up the meta gun and the meta armor or whatever, now the buddy is going to have a lot tougher time taking you down, right? So it creates that counterplay to where now the PMC may want to rush you, right? But let's say you pull the body, right, and you don't inspect it, you pull the body, you anticipate the rush, now you step out and you can kill them. And you see how it kind of creates that counterplay where now you have to be careful about the fake out and all of that. And I feel like it would really spice up the game, and it would kind of break this whole hide and seek thing that happens after you get a kill, because it's really annoying. Now, I will say that if a player decides to double down and not push, well, now they have to make a decision on where they want to camp, right? Just because you loot the body doesn't mean you're going to run to them. You could go a different direction, and it's up to them to anticipate that, right? Because if they sit there and you're in cover, you could technically just turn around and go back the way you came, and now they're out of luck. So I feel like even if they double down, they need to move or something to try and get the angle on you for when you go to leave. And I feel like if you make the right decision on picking the spot where you think a player's going to go to, then you deserve that kill. But on the plus side of that, now you're moving around, or the buddy's moving around, and you have the info, and now you can go engage that person in a fight, or you can handle things differently. But it's not a game of hide and seek anymore. And I think that's what really makes this quality of your life change. Assuming they fix everything else, it would be a really interesting thing to see them add to the game. On the flip side of that, people could do weird stuff like, extra campers could hide bodies, but honestly, it doesn't really make a difference. So if you are interested in that, or if there's any way to expand on that I haven't said already, I'd love to hear your comments on it. If you stayed this long, consider dropping a like or maybe a follow for your boy. That's all I have for you. Have a good day or night, depending on where you are. Peace.